God is a gay man. I know Ariana thinks it's a woman, but I think it's a gay man, okay? If you don't believe me, look at the height on his hair.
Else. Yeah.
God will not be mocked. Y'all is gonna reap what y'all sow. And it's to the point now, bro, it ain't no, oh, we need to weed out who we should support in Hollywood. No, we need to stop supporting Hollywood altogether. We need to stop supporting the industry altogether. The ones who are 1 foot in, 1 foot out, they ain't gonna have no choice but to lead the industry because there ain't gonna be nothing there for them. But we need to stop supporting the industry altogether. Hey, all these childhood stars, they growing up, they lost. Your favorite rapper, your favorite artist, they demonic. The movie stars, the movie actors, they letting you know that they demonic. They letting you know that they performing witchcraft. They letting you know that they are filled and possessed by spirits on set. What is it gonna take for y'all to be like, hey, you know what? I'm not supporting these people no more. What is it gonna take? These people are showing you who they serve. They showing you that they don't serve the same God that you serve. They showing you that they don't serve the one and true, only living God. Miley Cyrus, bro, you might want to hang it up. You might want to wrap it up. That's blasphemy. To even say something like that, something that's an abomination to God. The enemy know his time running out. So he using all these ones who might have had a little life left in them where they could have been saved. He trying to push them deeper and deeper and deeper into that pit to where they can't get out of it. If y'all don't see what's going on, y'all ain't got the eyes to see. But the devil know his time running out. That's why you see all these people blaspheming God at the same time. You see all these people showing who they serve at the same time. More and more and more frequently. Trying to push that onto us. We ain't going.
And people will still deny it.
Yeah, they said, did I sell my soul?
Murder was the case. I want my shit to be about cutting a deal with the devil, then getting sentenced to the pen. Then the shit happened.
Bring your lifestyle to me, I make it better.
And how long will I live?
Eternal life, live forever.
Also parts in the album where you speak to Lucy.
Yeah.
Lucifer.
Yep.
The devil. So you
Yeah, man.
Come on. You don't know that Lucy got you all your life. I watched you. And now you all grown up to sign this contract. If that's possible.
Did you sell your soul yet?
I'ma bring the cold. Picture a nigga on the verge of living insane. I sold my soul for a chance to kick it in bang. I sold my soul to the devil, and the price was cheap.
If I could go back, I never would have rapped. I sold my soul to the devil, I'll never get it back.
I'm in trouble, did a deal with the devil, now pleaded with him. Like, give me my soul.
I had my first record ever and selling my soul to Hollywood Records.
I sold my soul a good price, out of sight.
Biggest rumor though now that I sold my soul to Satan.
I gotta sell my soul.
But that was a thing for a minute, Juice WRLD sold his soul, right?
Yeah.
Man, he trying to sell his soul, man. Look, Juice selling his soul.
It ain't take too long, Illuminati, man.
Did I sell my soul? I sold my soul for you.
Sold my soul to the devil. Well, needless to say, sold my soul.
Why is your hand over your eye?
Because I'm a devil worshiper. What are you talking about? All right, well, I have tickets to see the devil worshiper.
If you don't get this right now, I swear to Lucifer, I'm gonna...
I'm very honored to be able to receive this amazing award from the depths of my soul.
Demonic possession right in front of your face. They always have to show you who their God is and that they are literally satanic. Watch what Wiz Khalifa does right here in this video. You see that tongue? We're gonna talk about that in a minute. They are mocking you. And read the caption. But where have we just seen this very recently? The same exact thing, same tongue movement and everything. By the way, notice all the red and black. That's right, The Weeknd had just gone viral for the same thing not too long ago, and this is obviously the mocking tongue. You remember when that one guy came out talking about it and everyone called him crazy? Beyond popular opinion, you don't have to do a hand sign to do the mocking tongue. Now first, let's address all the people who are saying in the comments that Wiz Khalifa is not satanic. Wiz Khalifa was my generation, and we all knew it. Just look at his video, Black and Yellow, the shirt right there. Oh, you think it's a one-off? No, that's him every single day. There's the buff again on his ring. We could go far into the tongue stuff, but let me tell you who popularized it within entertainment. It was the Rolling Stones. The same Rolling Stones that made the song where the devil was literally speaking himself. Satan himself speaking because these artists literally channel the devil. like Rain Man. I've been around for a long year, stole many a man's soul and faith. I was around when Jesus Christ had his moments of doubt and pain. By the way, there was no doubt. Made dang sure that Pilate washed his hands and sealed his fate. I watched in glee while your kings and queens fought for 10 decades for the gods that they made. The industry is so evil, it's the things I'm not saying that are the worst. Get out of it while you can.
The Jesus mockery continues as Lady Gaga at Coachella comes out wearing this, and the opening to her song is "Raise Your Hands Like Jesus," and she has this cross across her chest. And I mean, she's infamous for mocking Jesus and Christianity, but this is just on a whole nother level. She ended up performing a song called Bloody Mary, and if those of you don't know what Bloody Mary is, all I know is that in New Orleans, Bloody Mary was very popular when I was a kid, and what you would do is you would go into the mirror and you would say Bloody Mary 3 times in the mirror, and then supposedly a demon appears, a woman demon appears. And I've heard people have seen, anytime I've been around some people and they said that they're gonna do it, I don't partake in it. I've done it twice, but I've never done it 3 times, because I don't want to see what might have happened, and it's just demonic. The mockery in Hollywood is at an all-time high. They all mock Jesus, they all hate Jesus, and we know exactly who they worship. Their father, the devil. And that's the truth.
What if something actually happened in 2012 and you just don't know about it? So I've recently been doing some traveling, and I've gotten in touch with some individuals, specifically scientists. 2 specific scientists, I'm not going to list their names out to the public. They have requested that their names not be revealed. But they used to work for CERN, okay? And this is where things get really interesting. They used to work at a place called Fermilab back in 2012. They were specifically part of the series of Minos experiments, okay? And they were actually part of the last Minos experiment that took place in 2016. Now, they were actually there when the LHC announced the first discovery of a Higgs-like particle back in 2012. Now, this is where things get interesting, because they stated that they worked with somebody named Eliezer Rabinovici. Now, have you ever wondered to yourself, who owns CERN, right? Who runs CERN? Who's the CEO, etc., etc.? Well, here's the interesting thing, right? The CERN Council is actually the highest decision-making body for CERN. They're responsible for the administration's scientific, technical, and administrative matters. So they're actually making the decisions for CERN, okay? And here's a really interesting part about this, is because Rabinovici himself was actually president of the CERN Council from 2022 up until now, where they chose a new president. Rabinovici is an Israeli physicist.
Holy smokes, this one is bright. Oh my God. Robert Earl White here in South Jersey. Oh my goodness, look at this. Look. Oh my goodness, thank you guys. Holy smokes, that's so big. Oh, thank you guys. Please come closer. Please, please, please come closer. Oh, this is one of the closest ones I've ever had. Oh, come closer. Please, 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 please. Oh my goodness. Hello. Hello guys. I love you. Oh, it's beautiful. It's pink. It's pink. Oh my God. I wish you guys could see this with your own eyes. Hello guys. Oh, it's so close. Oh, it's so close. Please. Please come here. Please, please, please guys, come closer. You're so close. I've never seen you guys that close. Oh my goodness. Please come a little closer. Please, please, please. 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 Oh my God, you're beautiful. You're so beautiful. Oh my God, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. Look at the pink glow. Oh my goodness. It's pink. Oh, I've never seen one of you. Oh, you're so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Alright, you can go now. You can go, thank you. That was good enough. I hope next time you come closer. That was beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Thank you. And it goes out as soon as I lose it because of the tree. Wow. Wow. And look, these are airplanes. Those are airplanes. That's what airplanes look like. So what I just recorded was not an airplane.
Right there next to me.
All I'm gonna say is this. Something is off about the world. Something don't seem right. Something is off. And something is coming. Some will be left behind, but I feel people are gonna vanish. I feel people are gonna disappear. I don't know what it's from. Rapture, leaving the city, the countries, or just taken and putting in prison. But I feel we're gonna see less people. I feel like people are gonna start disappearing. Why? From what? I don't know. But I feel people will start disappearing. People will start disappearing. Chaos will still be unfolding. But in the midst of that chaos, people will be disappearing. I feel like people are disappearing now. People are going places or hiding something. But I feel like people are disappearing. I don't know from what, where. But I'm telling you, something is up. And they saying the alien invasion, the peace deal in November, in September, and the alien invasion in November. Something's up. Feeling rapture. And I do not want to be left behind. I don't think anybody should want that. This is not for likes. This is not for views. Clickbait. This is real, man. Something is up. Chaos is unfolding everywhere. Nobody can stop it. Something about to go down. And we're going to see shit get worse as we leading up to that.
What blood? The blood of this covenant told me that God. Yes, like Moses of old. There's they're coming one. Oh. Don't ever do it. Don't ever feel sorry for yourself. Don't ever do it.
Do you remember the interview with this pastor of some mega church, I think, where he claimed that he has no ties with demons or devil, whatever?
I like to fly commercial because you don't want to get into a tube with a bunch of demons. Do you really believe that human beings are demons?
No, I do not. And don't you ever say I did. We wrestle not with flesh and blood, but principalities and powers.
His name is Kenneth Copeland, by the way. The best thing I can say is, let's just pray for these kind of people.
There are times when we come across weird, odd things. Well, this video comes from a woman named Bella out of Atlanta, and it honestly takes the cake. She was at the gas station. She noticed something odd in the trash, what appears to be a wooden doll. But this thing is absolutely creepy. And pay attention to its eyes. Don't they look real? Like a little too real? She's even a doll collector and she would not touch this thing. Oh, just watching it gave me the creeps. Take a look at this footage, comment below, tell me what you think.
Okay, as y'all can see, I'm at the gas station. Look at this. What is this? What is this? What? Honey, some things we just don't touch, even as a doll collector. What in the boogity? What is happening? Ooh, why is it here? It's just posted up. What? What in the world? Who? I'm trying to figure out. Woo, let me go. Yeah. It's just posted up. What? What in the world? Who? I'm trying to figure out. Woo, let me go.
Just in, it's breaking news. There's been reports, multiple reports throughout the country that people are posing as ICE agents, pretending that they're ICE, not showing no badges or warrants, and they're picking you up. A lot of people are saying that they're taking women and abducting them. So you need to be aware what's going on. Stay aware, stay in groups, stay safe. Women, don't be alone anywhere. Make sure somebody's with you at all times. And like I said, just stay in groups. ICE agents, they're moving in quick. Now we got these fake agents trying to abduct people. You see what's going on in the world. They don't like us. So stay aware. This is just in, it's breaking news. There's been reports, multiple reports throughout the country that people are posing as ICE agents, pretending that they're ICE, not showing no badges or warrants, and they're picking you up. A lot of people are saying that they're taking women and abducting them. So you need to be aware what's going on. Stay aware, stay in groups, stay safe. Women, don't be alone anywhere. Make sure somebody's with you at all times. And like I said, just stay in groups. ICE agents, they're moving in quick. Now we got these fake.
Do you stay up at night worried about the next great reset or mud flood? Well, if you do, I'm here to tell you, just like the Bible says 365 times, have no fear. Because that mud flood that you might think the evil controllers of this world created for a great reset isn't at all what you think. In fact, I think there's evidence all over this level flat realm we live in that it wasn't caused by a great reset at all, but something much different. Something I'm gonna circle back to in just a minute. Because whether you realize it or not, you're living in a spiritual world where once upon a time, God asked his watchers to watch over humanity, but instead they lusted. They lusted after human women. And instead of watching over them, they mated with them, and they created abominations, giants that destroyed this level flat plane we live on. And the leader of those watchers, those fallen angels, just happened to be Lucifer, who this painting was done of in 1797. Lucifer, who, whether you realize it or not, is being worshipped all over this world. Lucifer, who is also known as Satan and the devil. Lucifer, who they're referring to in this Bible verse about an angel coming down with the key to the great abyss, and he laid hold the dragon, the serpent of old, who is the devil and Satan, and bound him for 1,000 years, and threw him into the abyss, into the earth, and shut and sealed it over him until 1,000 years were completed. And after these 1,000 years, he must be released for a short time. Did you ever notice how the Statue of Liberty has chains on it like he was bound? And here's where we circle back to these giant craters that are left all over this level flat realm. And to me, I know, because there's a firmament and there's no asteroids coming in, these aren't giant craters from space rocks. They're something else. And do you know how many watchers there were, how many fallen angels that came down and mated with human women? Well, the book of Enoch talks about 200 fallen angels. And do you know how many craters there are found all over this level flat realm? That's right, 200, and they are all named. And some of their names are a little mind-boggling. So what I think the Great Reset and the mud floods are is nothing more than those 200 fallen angels, including Satan and Lucifer himself, coming up from their captivity of 1,000 years, and they're here to deceive the nations. To deceive the nations, to fool people into believing that God doesn't exist, to fool people that they're evolved from monkeys, to fool people that they were created from an accidental Big Bang, to fool people that they live on a spinning water ball of infinite other spinning water balls. None of it's true. We're living in a time where the deception is so grand that you can't even wrap your heads around it. And the point of it all is if you can choose light and choose good and choose God instead of the darkness and instead of the evil. So it's up to you. You can believe in all the nonsense, or you can focus your attention on the light and the good and God. Because in my opinion, this nonsense about human resets, it's nothing more than scare tactics to make people who know there aren't asteroids coming from space and aliens coming from other planets, it's a way to keep them afraid. But the resets, they're not real. The only thing that's real is God and the fallen angels, and they're here and they're deceiving us. And once you know they're here, trying to deceive you, trying to turn you away from God, it's easy to see the path to take, and it's away from darkness. And as always, all of this information is just my opinion. I'm only here to entertain.
Shoot!
This is one of those videos that no one would believe you unless they saw it. Now imagine you're sitting on your couch watching TV, it's a normal afternoon, when suddenly an entity yanks a glass literally out of your hand. Because that's exactly what happened to this man. And it absolutely terrified he and his wife. Take a look at this footage, comment below, tell me what you think.
Up to the glass. No.
It's almost like she's like an android or something.
Is it just me, or have people been acting very strange recently? Like off, like something really feels off in the atmosphere. I know that I can't be the only one that feels like this. Like things just feel bizarre. People don't even act like humans for the most part when you're out in public, it feels like. Am I tripping? I know that I can't be the only one that notices this. I know I can't be. I know there has to be others out there that have noticed this strange behavior from a lot of people. And like most of the time, it feels like you could enter a room and people don't even like acknowledge you really, right? Like you're not even there. They're there, you're not. I can't really explain it, but it just feels like I don't fit in with a lot of people anymore. Even people that I know. Like something just seems off. Does anybody else feel like this?
Do you see what I see? Notice this. Does that strike you as odd? A woman carrying a giant pile of rubble and barely looks like it weighs anything at all. Where have we seen this before? And I'm going to show you something else too. Carrying a giant bucket of rubble and then immediately setting it down off camera. Also, look, carrying it with one hand as this guy struggles to carry his bucket because he's a better actor, right? We're going to watch this again. Notice something else. If you were here cleaning rubble, wouldn't you have some stains on you? Wouldn't you be a little bit dirty? Instead, they're perfectly clean and able to carry large blocks of rubble with complete ease. No problem at all. Tiny little woman carrying a giant block of rubble and a giant bucket of rubble with just one arm, completely clean, and then sets it down off camera right there.
So the deception is getting real. This was posted on July 28th, 2025, and it says, mysterious message from Moses found in ancient Egyptian mine could prove the Bible true. Now there's a couple things here that we can point out here, but the first thing is from Moses. They are trying to use the name of Moses, which everybody is very familiar with, and they are using his name to authenticate the reality of this message that was found in an ancient mine. And they're going to use his name to say, hey, the Bible is true. Now that sounds like it's all good, right? But let's continue thinking here, because if they use his name, then what they're going to do is they're going to say the Bible is true, and then they're going to tell you something that's in this message, and they're going to twist something that is, put something new in there that hasn't been found in the Bible that we have, and they're going to add to it or say something and take away from it. Now, this is why we need to have our eyes in our head, in a sense, because the world is getting darker and darker, and things are getting more deceptive as we go about our day. The deception is getting crazy right now. You have people claiming this, and then you have also people kind of wondering about the lost books that are not in the Bible. And so you and I are left at a crossroads here to where we need to either make a definitive answer or conclusion on the question of, is the Bible complete and perfect, or is it not? And so I would argue that the Bible is perfect. It is complete. And so if you believe that it is incomplete, then what you are doing, whether you know it or not, is you are opening yourself up to wondering and being able to accept other things that are out there and saying, okay, this is true even though it's outside the Bible, or this is true and because it was found over here in this cave. No, we need to be very mindful. They're going to use every card that they have in their hand right now, and this being one of them. This is very similar to what took place in Acts chapter 16, when that woman who could fortune tell was following around Paul, and she was, fortune telling, and she made a living by that. And she even said that she was pointing to Paul. She's like, hey, these are servants of the Most High God. And so the idea there is that she was not wrong, but she's mixing lies with what her whole, work was, with a little bit of truth. And so that's what Satan does. He mixes lies with a little bit of truth. It's like if you have a pure glass of water in front of you and it's 99% pure, but I put one drop of poison in it, all of a sudden the entire thing is tainted. And so we need to be very, very cautious from this point on. And even we need to look out for our friends with this kind of stuff too, because people are going to fall into this and they're going to be deceived. They're going to be distracted. And so always remember that we are here to share the gospel. The gospel is in 1 Corinthians 15.
I still think it's weird that, the Gates family or Bill Gates owns a lot of the, land in North Dakota. I think that's weird. He owns majority of the water in the United States. I think that's weird. Whatever. That, weird. This to each his own. This for informational purpose only. But at the same time, it's just like when you go to the grocery store and you see certain products that are on there that, they spray with a bunch of shit, bunch of pests.
All of the first ladies, they're not really ladies. When you start to wake up to what's going on, apparently they even got Eleanor. And when we take a look at what they have been doing behind the curtains, we start to notice once we zoom in a little bit, well, I guess the United Kingdom of Disney was trying to prepare us and get us ready for this new world and agenda the entire time. All you gotta do is just take a little bit closer of a look, that's all. Because when you look, you're like, man, I didn't realize that before. And I tell you, it's almost like 1 second it's a man and the next second it's a woman. Don't even get us started on Hillary. Wasn't Monica's fault, dang it. Just kidding, but when you take a further look at these pictures, you start to see something. You start to see men's jaws just popping out. Now, you can take this theory back rather far, but really it's, you gotta do some research. But when you start to look into it, I tell you, it just really starts to add up. I mean, it really starts to add up. I always wondered, I'm like, how come these people look so strange? Well, now we have a somewhat rather definitive, just go ask Michael, because they've been doing this for a rather long time. This is the Bush bloodline. And some are even saying that they got Martha, Miss Washington herself, or himself. You would think that this is some kind of a sick joke, but this isn't really a joke. It's more of a lifestyle that these people prefer to practice. Don't even get me started on the pink Himalayan salt that is giant's blood.
Now remember that life comes in many different shades of salt and wheat. But these are shades that we don't really want to have our children be a part of. And this is part of the system. Once I found out that Dolly, she wasn't so Dolly, don't even get us started on Hillary. But when you look into it, you start to see this has been a plan for a long time. It's also why we made you the Health Bible. Start to get your mind and your body right, because it's important now more than ever at jacobslink.com, and get you some goat milk. Heals the hormones.
Was dying of cancer, but he assured me that he would live a few more years in order to tell me about the game that was being played. That game being the effort to weaponize space, to control the Earth from space and space itself. Von Braun's purpose in life during the last years of his life, his dying years, was to educate the public and decision makers about why space-based weapons are a dumb, dangerous, destabilizing, too costly, unnecessary, unworkable, undesirable idea. The strategy that Wernher von Braun taught me was that first the Russians are going to be considered to be the enemy. In fact, when I met him in '74, they were the enemy, the identified enemy. We were told that they had killer satellites. We were told that they were coming to get us and control us, the dirty commies, that whole story. First, the Russians were the enemy against whom we're going to build space-based weapons. Then terrorists would be identified, and that was soon to follow. We heard a lot about terrorism. Then we were going to identify third world country crazies. We now call them nations of concern. But he said that would be the third enemy against whom we would be needing to build space-based weapons. And the next enemy was asteroids. Now at this point, he kind of chuckled the first time he said it. Asteroids, against asteroids, we're going to build space-based weapons. So it was funny then. And the funniest one of all was against what he called aliens, extraterrestrials. That would be the final card. And over and over and over during the 4 years that I knew him and was giving his speeches for him, he would bring up that last card. And remember, Carol, the last card is the alien card. We're going to have to build space-based weapons against aliens. And all of it, he said, is a lie.
There's a door, open, a round door, you know, like in the Stargate. And I don't know if it's as big. Yeah, there is one picture that the person is quite small, actually, on it. You can go and look for those interested. Go and type CERN portal LHC door, and you will see. So in front of the door, they have a room. They probably have many doors, but they have a room, and they sit around the table. And I said, so yeah, what happened? He said, well, an entity came from this portal, and like it sat at the table. I was like, but how is this entity? What do you mean entity? Is it a person? Is it an alien? What color are they like us? And they couldn't answer anything. They said, no, it's not. We know. We just know it at CERN, and they cannot describe it, but they have it secondhand. It's not third, fourth. It's a very good friend who knows.
That's very.
Okay, I have to find something more because that's not enough.
Even she knows it's not enough. I mean, she is a scientist, you know.
I said, can you proof? And is there a proof that they bring, that they give something? There's some document, and they said that this entity the second time took a scarf and left a scarf. I said, what type of scarf? And they don't know. They're not into the detail. They were really into the event and not the detail. And this entity left again. So that's the short scoop that started me trying to look for that. And so
Julian Brown, the 22-year-old black inventor who turned plastic waste into diesel fuel, has mysteriously gone missing. He literally started a diesel truck using fuel he made from garbage. But now he's gone, and his last Instagram post said,
there is some very, very odd stuff going on. I'm just telling you guys right now, be on the lookout, because I'm under attack. That I'm not going to live long. And that's why I put every day, every hour, every minute into building, into growing. Why am I out here? working on this plastic in the fuel reactor I've been working on for 5 years, since I was 17. Why am I out here in 100-degree weather? Why am I out here despite being falsely accused and reported to the EPA and the IRS? Why am I out here despite weird black helicopters that turn off their radar transponder circling me 6 times at night? Why am I out here sleeping in my van, crazy humidity, mosquitoes, gnats flying in, and yet I still do it? Why am I out here despite having to drive 4 hours every time I want to work on this machine, because when I was doing it in my parents' backyard, I blew myself up and I had to go to the hospital for 2nd-degree burn surgery. I do this because this is my mission that I've assigned myself to. I do this because I do not fear death.
Is anybody familiar with this lady, Gina Marie Coven? I tried to go look up her YouTube and I can't find it, y'all. So check this out, y'all. This is the YouTube search. It's not even coming up at all. Her page is not coming up at all. This is the only thing. These are the only pages that are coming up when I search up her name. So I'm like, what's going on here? The only videos I'm coming up on YouTube are the videos of people reposting her old work, or, you know, videos of people talking about her. And here's the crazy thing. Exactly a year to this date, I made a video with Gina Marie Coven, and her expressing, has anybody been feeling drained? And now I go look on YouTube, her account is completely gone. Or am I missing something here? Gina has been warning people for quite some time of the things that are to come, and how she's been expressing how she's been feeling. So I don't know if she's been a little bit too vocal and, you know, they removed her YouTube channel. But is anybody coming across this? Is anybody seeing her YouTube channel? I cannot find it, y'all. But please let me know, because yeah, she was literally telling people what has been going on. But yes, y'all, the shift is here. Like, follow, share for more videos like this. Let's continue to get it. Peace in.